Me keep telling me, Kels, fuck that, you gotta keep climbing. I admit it, I did. I done fuck with a couple of fans. I admit I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I got so many flaws. Told so many lies to these bras. Blew so much money, pop so many bottles. Yeah, I fuck a bitch just because. Nigga, I had a hell of a day, but I admit I was in my own way. I admit I had my mama crying over me. What else can a nigga say? I admit I can't spell for shit. I admit that all I hear is hits. I admit I couldn't read the teleprompter when the Grammys asked me to present. I admit I love God, but wait, it's so much temptation, but wait. Admit to the drinking and smoking too much, but it helped me get through the day. Won't say no names, I'm not a snitch. But one night at the Ritz, I did some shit I shouldn't have did. Went and fucked, but niggas bitch. I admit that I did. I fucked my girlfriend's best friend. Yeah, I topped that in back of my Benz. I admit I'm sorry for my sins. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I admit it, I did it. Yeah. I admit I trust people too much. Too much. I admit I can't say such and such, but my lawyers told me settle this, even though it's bullshit. Kelly, protect your career. All these people in my ear. I admit I've been tempted by drugs. I admit that I just need a hug. I admit the devil talk to me sometimes, but the devil's not who I trust. I've been fucked by so many damn managers. Why they push me out front of these cameras? All this music got engaged them, and now they play me like a fucking amateur. I got a life, yeah. I got a right, yeah. Cancel my shows. That shit ain't right. How they gon' say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent? Take my career and turn it upside down, cause you met I've got some girlfriends. Hell with this record deal, it ain't worth this shit for real. Ain't seen my kids in years. They try and lock me up like Bill. How much can a nigga take? How much can a nigga pray? Just wanna do my music, stop stressing me. Please just let me age gracefully. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. They took my gift and they blind me. Where in the fuck is my money? Now here come this big ass conspiracy. I still got my fans, that's a blessing. Listen to heaven, just stay on my grind, and that's 24/7. And I know my mama Joanne is smiling down on me. I put that on Reverend. Been a grown man since age 11. Man on the guap since 7. Rest in peace to my homie Kevin. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I'm a freak. Used to go to strip clubs every week. But who these niggas trying to say I am? Man, I'm not, and I put that on chief. I admit I fuck with all the ladies. That's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile because of that shit, that's crazy. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions. But really, am I supposed to go to jail or lose my career because your opinion? Yeah, go ahead and storm me. Point your finger at me. Turn the world against me. But only God can mute me. I admit that I fired some people. I admit that I hired new people. I admit that those people I fired on my mama was crooked ass people. I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I will on my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the fuck, nigga? I wrote that music. I did that bump and grind. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I changed the damn game. So I deserve me a fair play. So put some respect on my damn name. Now Wendy Williams mad with me, but I ain't never offer her no drink. But I admit that she asked me, can I get a little Hennessy? Then we both turned off our phones. We drink, I smoke, we talk. And I admit that I told it all, from my good points to my faults. She said, what about Aaliyah? I said, love. She said, what about the tape? I said, hush. I said, my lawyer said, don't say none. But I can tell you I've been set up. I admitted how ever since the first day, that without knowing I signed my publishing away. I admitted I was young and caught up, so blind, yeah. Said I had dyslexia, couldn't read all the contracts, yeah. And now the truth in this message is I'm a broke-ass legend. The only reason I stay on tour is cause I gotta pay my rent. I never thought that it would come to this, to being the most disrespected artist. So I had to write a song about it, cause they always take my words and twist it. Believe me, it's hard to admit all this, but I'm in my feelings about this shit. But I had to set the fucking record straight. So I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I love Steve Harvey, John Legend and Tom Joyner. They're doing good in their lives right now. Why would they want to tear down another brother? Women show black men some love, cause black men, we go through enough. How can we get up off the ground when we steady tear each other down? I admit that the devil is busy, and some people beside me ain't with me. I admit that I'm gonna do this music up until the Lord come get me. Now, I admit a family member touched me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. From a child to the age 14. Yeah. While I laid asleep, took my virginity. So scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am and I'm trying my best to be honest. Cause there's forces out there trying to keep me from being an artist. I admit I'm at rock bottom, and this shit has rocked my mind. I'm calling on my hood, come walk by my side. They don't want me to shine. Women's group, my God. Now don't get it twisted, I do support them, but why they wanna bring down the art? Damn, this is breaking my heart. Cause from fathers, mothers, sons and daughters, I'm a part of the music culture. Spotify took me off their playlist. I admit that I've been underrated. I'm not convicted, not arrested, but drag my name in the dirt. All this work to be successful, and you abandon me cause of what you heard. I admit I am not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the fuck, that's some absurd shit. They brainwashed, really? Kidnapped, really? Can't eat, really? Real talk, that shit sounds silly. And if you really, really wanna know, her father dropped her off in my show and told his boy to put her on the stage. I admit that she was overage. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit that she was feeling me. I admit that that's just some shit that come with being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies, no. These ladies are chasing me, yeah. And I'm only saying all this shit cause how they tryna play me, yeah. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you cause I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay, cause your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way. I know y'all look at me like I don't go through things, but I'm human. I know it's hard sometimes, but try to keep in mind that I'm human. Fuck all the fortune and fame, forget the name, I'm a human. I can't believe all the under the table shit they doing. I'm tired of fingers pointed at me. I'm tired of all this weight on me. I'm tired of everybody want a piece of me. Shit, I'm not an ATM machine. What do I do when I can't do what I do? How can I win if I can't win with True. Got a couple of dead homies that I promised I would make it out this shit. And I know that God's hands is on me, nigga. I'm gonna make it out this shit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Amen. Not claim me. The storm's over. I admit I talked to Miss McGlynn. FYI, that's my second mother. I admit that I asked her, how am I gonna get the world off my shoulder? She said, son, don't you lose it. Sometimes you gotta go through it. They can say what they say, but at the end of the day, they cannot deny your music. Cause your music has touched people. It inspired all people overseas, everywhere. Don't worry, don't care. Cause the anointing is on you. And that's why these haters is at you. So just keep on doing you, baby. You don't have to give these fools an explanation. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave? Go to the dictionary, look it up, let me know, I'll be here waiting. Now I admit I got some girls that love me to pull their hair. And I admit they love me to talk dirty when I pull their hair. Yeah. Some like me to spank 'em, and some like to get brainy. And what some of these girls want is too much for the radio station. Look, I'm just a man, y'all, not a monster or beast. But I admit there are times when these girls the test I feel. There is one thing that's for sure, and I wanna make this shit clear. I done lift my voice and represented my country for 31 fucking years. Damn it, I admit.
After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember,
that snake that she loved very much. The snake was about 7 feet long, and one day it just stopped eating. After several weeks of trying everything, the lady still couldn't get the snake to eat. The woman took the snake to the vet and explained her situation. The vet replied, "I see. Has your snake been sleeping with you at night or snuggling real close and stretching himself out?" The woman said, "Yes, every day, and it makes me so sad that I can't help him feel better." The vet said to the lady, "Ma'am, your snake is not sick. It has been preparing to eat you. He's been sizing you up every day so he knows how big he has to be. He's not eating, so he has enough room to digest you." Moral of the story: recognize the snakes around you. Just because they seem close to you doesn't mean their intentions aren't to do.
See, the devil busy. See, the devil won't act stupid, but I buy. Ooh, he got time. See, the devil busy. See, the devil won't act stupid, but I buy. Ooh, he got time.
There's more for you, more for us. She got the chain, she got the wall. Break me up, 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 the wall. Me up, me up, break me up. What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off so, and I'ma beat it on you fast, girl. I push it down, let it be known. Tell your girls get down or get low. Back away from the door. I'm running here from a long fight here. She got me started, now there ain't no stopping here. It's only popping here. They can come and watch us here. They gotta leave us alone. Back away from the door. I want it all, gotta let me get it all. From the bed to the floor, against the wall. I'ma leave this all, turn around and hit it all. Maybe down on the soul and back away from the door.
Yeah, they don't fuck with your movement until it's moving. I done seen niggas switch sides like bitches choose. Hard of a winner, haters say that you lose. I'm fighting a good fight, body marked with bruise. Sing dark clouds because of them hard times. Little niggas growing up and the soldiers carrying knives. Haters say they gon' kill me. I ain't hard to find, I'm taking all of y'all with me. Man, I'm going for mine. Pussy niggas talking crazy when they up on Instagram. Ain't no Muslim over here, my nigga, I'm going ham. I grew up in the jets, y'all wouldn't understand, yeah. Shit was really rough for me and my whole fam. And yeah, we fought each other like we were some total strangers. Put it on the hood, they say their life was in danger. Beating up niggas that wasn't from where we from. We swung with our hands, most times played with guns. If you ain't have a burner, better just duck and run or stay low up in the bushes and wait for the cops to come. The way how I was raised, OGs paved the way. I don't know what's going on with these clowns today. You claiming you're a killer, toting the big machine. Whole time use a bitch, you might as well wear Maybelline. There's gangsters and there's punks fitting right in between. On some faggot boy shit, Bruce Jenner, see what I mean? Look, if I destroy your person, it'll be you mumble rap guys. For whack lines and keep saying you bag dimes. Famous for talking, you met the plug 1,000 times. Nigga, stop lying. Listen, the only plug you ever met was a socket for the TV. I explode on you niggas. Call me TNT. Ball so hard like Steph Curry for the referee. When I shoot 3, they land in your face officially. And yeah, my whole team bananas. Call Beast John Henry the way I'm swinging them hammers. You be banned from TV, smack your bitch with a camera. And yup, you're not a goon, you just broke with an attitude. You rob who and I turn your brains into dog food. All you mumble rappers retarded, like the real kind. And that wasn't a metaphor or a punchline. Come at me, say my name like one time and never be the end of your life like when Christ died. Yeah, I don't know why these niggas start with me, but if it's beef, we in your crib like a house party. We stomp a nigga down the hamburger beef. The only way your mother recognize you is your feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cisco pimpin', Paulie Paul on the beats,
Y'all thought y'all did something, man, on the night. Angel Flyers. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. But you left a dog part out here, man. A part that I embrace. A part that's so wicked and so evil that I'll walk through the light and put the truth where it shall be. Y'all ain't do nothing last night, man. Y'all ain't do nothing. All y'all did was make me sleep good, have fun, and laugh. Woo! Y'all don't know what y'all gonna get today. Because right now, I'm feeling good. Court went just the way I wanted it to go. Shout out to Mr. Hill. He made that phone call and admitted the truth. Shout out to Mr. Hill. Next court date is in 2 weeks. But I was ready to go. So as I was listening to the clips that was given to me and I had to transcribe them and transform them, I'm listening. And all last night, my phone just kept going. Bam, bam, bam. I'm like, I gotta get up in the morning. I heard a bunch of lies. I heard a bunch of lies. And I had every right to get up and jump on that live. But I said, nope.
You got to show self-restraint. You got to show self-control. You got to practice what you preach. You don't deal with them people, so why entertain them? My demon side said, because they're lying and irritating. My good side said, fuck them. I'm like, shit. I can't win for losing, man. I can't win for losing. Like, I just want to be combative. I want to be destructive. You know what I'm saying? I want to be combative. I want to be constructive and destructive at the same goddamn time. Said, man, if you don't take your ass to sleep, you got work in the morning. You got to perform. You got to go and put on your best without being tired. I said, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. So with that having a situation, I had to just give into that part. And I was like, damn. It is what it is. So I just, I just said, okay. But that don't mean I can't whip no tail today. The lies that was told is crazy. The lies that's being told in private is crazy. My question is this. If y'all can sit up and lie, let's go there. Because I think one of the lies that's being told is that I'm mentioning people in paperwork. I only mentioned 2 people. The problem is those 2 people don't know how to shut up. That's why they mention it. The second thing is, I see the plan. They trying to put their Lord Enterprise or DHD or D&D. They trying to put, not DHD, they trying to put D&D back together. I get it. I get it. I get it. And I look and I laugh and I say, oh, look at this. This is so gorgeous. But I got a question to ask y'all. If y'all couldn't fuck with me then, and I'm going to be honest, back then I wasn't nowhere near what I am now. What makes you think that y'all can fuck with me now? I'm just asking a question. If y'all couldn't fuck with me then, what makes you think that y'all can fuck with me now? I'm a lot worse now. And some of y'all gonna see today that y'all played with the wrong motherfucker. And I'm saying it like that because some people just don't know how to let go. And I get it. A lot of people say, oh, he did this, he did that, he did this. But I'm going to say this for you. Because I was going to play it. But I'm not going to play that shit. I'm going to say this. Because I don't believe in ducking. I don't believe in dodging.
I believe in putting a name on every motherfucking thing. So I put it to you like this. Porky, Bob the Builder, the unfit drunk. State Puff, the stinking fat ass scamming man. Y'all some fucking liars. Now, Marshall, you can't give me your jacket. I heard what you said, big boy. And what you said didn't make sense with the lie that Porky was trying to run. I seen Shelby, oh my God, the number one cheerleader. Oh my God. I can't believe, what up, Sparkle? I can't believe he would say something like that. That ain't come from me. The problem was Marshall can't get his lie straight. Let's go here. Marshall, didn't you say, Dana, I can't wait to get to New York. Man, I'm aware Love Me out. Love Me said, Marshall, man, you cool, I'm married. He said, shit, if you're in the room with me, I'm going to take it. I turned around and said, boy, you crazy. I'm going to take Porky out to dinner. And you was like, shit, we ain't coming out here to wine and dine him. So towards the end of the split, Marshall kept saying, Dana, are you done? I said, I'm done. And he said, well, shit, I could slide on Randa too then. I said, well, go ahead. I don't fuck with him. Why you think I kept saying in my lives, and if you think I'm lying, go back and look. After the split, I kept saying, oh, Marshall, so did you ever get the pussy yet? Why do you think I kept saying it? Why do you think I kept saying it? So I'm just laughing at it because the narrative y'all trying to push is people should believe all women, right? That's the narrative that you're trying to push. House of Queens, how you doing? I caught you live, House of Queens. But Marshall, why do you think I kept asking questions? And like I said, y'all trying to push this agenda. Oh no, Dana pressure raped. He pressured this. I ain't pressured nobody. I told you from day one, if I did something wrong, take me to court. The problem is, y'all know I'm not playing with y'all. So in court today, it was nothing but a continuance. And you know, it was nothing but a continuance. I can't say too much. But it was a continuance that was a call put in at 7:00 p.m. last night because a certain individual wouldn't be able to be there today. And that's cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. So it's a continuance, but that's all that happened in court today. It was a continuance. Just the way I thought it was going to go. Because I knew what time things was going down. So that's all. However, when y'all sit on a live and talk about, and I'm talking to you, Marshall and Porky, Bob the Builder, the unfit drunk, you know what I mean? When y'all sit on a live and talk about Dana did this and Dana did that, can y'all put some truth on this shit? That's all I'm saying. Can y'all stop playing a victim and just say, look, he did this because I did that to him? Because everybody on YouTube know I never strike first. But I will strike back and I'll destroy the whole situation. But I get it. Y'all trying to do me the same way the people did Rkelly. That's first thing. So that lie ain't gonna work. And if you think I'm lying, Marshall, that's the same time that you wanted me to talk to your homegirl and the blonde who I don't think you know. That's in the police department. And you was trying to fuck a little midget. Let's call it a spade. If you're gonna lie, I'm gonna put the whole truth out there. Better yet, go back to Facebook and bring that chat back. If you can. Because I noticed y'all just start deleting y'all names and shit out the chat and shit. And so that way can't nobody go back and pull it up and show it. See, the last time I went back and showed it, and the only stuff that was in there is when you were saying that your mama looked up Dr. Rogers. Now when I go back and look at it, the whole chat gone. I ain't dumb. I seen your boy started. And I never said nothing. I just watched. And the reason why I never said nothing, because I wanted to see if the people around me was watching the same thing. Make that shit make sense. And you know who I'm talking about. It was the last I had to get from around me, but I couldn't do it sloppy. Knowing that y'all hate me. Knowing that y'all building y'all whole empire back up. The Empire Strike Back and gonna get fucking destroyed and ethered again. Second thing I'm gonna say is this. If y'all never listen to Dennis, you need to listen to him. Cause y'all fucking up. And I ain't gonna tell you how you fucking up. I'm gonna just say this. I'm humble. I'm quiet. For now. So keep attacking me. I love it. Keep attacking me. And while y'all laugh now, y'all gonna cry later. So that part, Judah, you know that foundation crumbles. So I seen people that I haven't seen in a long time jump back out there talking about Dana this, Dana that. Well, whoa. Slow your brakes down, partner. Pump your brakes. Because when you come in saying that Dana doing this and Dana doing that, you know, Dana got a way of showing the world that y'all are liars. So I don't think you want to play with me like this. I really think, you know what? Listen, I really don't think you want to play with me like this. I don't. Let me trim that down some. So last night, a lot of things was going on. A lot of people went live and they kept saying, Dana did this, Dana did that, Dana did this, Dana did that. And I just was watching. So I had one of my homeboys hit me. You know, I got friends everywhere. Had one of my homeboys hit me. Uh-oh. It's over now. I had one of my homeboys hit me, right? And they said, yo, it's a nigga over here on Instagram that's trying to burn you up. And I know you had problems with this nigga and you stopped us last time. Dream Team, I told y'all we got work to do, right? And I ain't gonna play with nobody. Everybody go over to Instagram and report MA1 security for harassment and bullying. That's how we gonna do it. No, you good, House of Queens. You good. Trust me, I know how I get behind these computers. I know how I get. Everybody in a Dream Team report MA1 security for harassment and bullying. Let's see how long this goddamn page be up. See, because I'm not going to play games. I'm not playing with none of these people no more. So the dude say, is this what a stalking victim looks like? Sounds like he was stalking that person, threatening to kill people, and threatening to shoot people in the face for filing a police report against him. It seems like we just got us another client. If anyone has been threatened or stalked by daintezjackson, I suggest you contact the at Riverdale PD at 770-996-3382 and file a complaint against this cyberbully. Ooh. Lord have mercy. See how they come out lying? What up, Smoking? See how they come out lying? Jesus Christ. Now, them dummies gonna go file false reports, and I'm gonna sit back and laugh because the major gonna call me, and I'm gonna say, take my devices. Let's see. Now, for y'all that don't know, this is supposed to be the PI. This is the janky PI. Look what he put. Came when he got shot. Then he said, YouTube bully daintezjackson filed false charges on a female YouTube court blogger with the assistance of another court blogger. These YouTube streets are going crazy right now. During Black History Month, we have our Black people weaponizing the criminal justice system against our rivals and harmless women. Now watch this. Lies, right? We all seen it play out. Lies. So now I'm being attacked by all of that blogger's constituents. Praver, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Of why I'm calling them a network. Exactly. Now I'm being attacked. It's funny how all this time I haven't been attacked. Now, when shit start to go down, now I'm being attacked by the network. Look, I'm in fear for my life. And you got a PI that's rogue, that has threatened my life before. This is all a network of them people. So that's why I'm sitting back. I'm like, look, I will defend myself at all costs, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Was it bullying, bitch, when you were going to jail for years for the defense fund? He couldn't get clout from facts. And he went to Doug Anton and found out the truth, but he come out with this shit. Now, this is supposed to be the PI. You know what I mean? I'm being attacked, and I'm letting it be known. I'm being attacked. I'm in fear for my life. They got a rogue PI, but they got a self-appointed vice lord. They got a mental military person. I'm in fear for my life. They talking about killing me, killing my kids. Oh yeah, I'm taking it all the way through there. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't bothering nobody. I ain't say nothing. I came in, spit my commentary, ain't say shit. So now I want to know what Larry and them got to say about this shit. Because me responding is going to be the way I'm going to respond to today. Look at this. He said, is this what stalking a victim looks like? Sounds like he was stalking, threatening to kill people and threatening to shoot people in the face for filing a police report against him. It seems like we just got us another client. If anyone has been threatened or stalked by daintezjackson, I suggest you contact the Riverdale people. Now watch this. The last time you got people to contact some shit, nothing never came out of it. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm going back down there tomorrow and I'm going to file some shit and I'm taking all this shit with me. But that's all I'm going to tell you. I ain't going to tell you what else I'm going to do. Because I know how y'all like to screenshot shit. Y'all like to screen record and twist shit. I'm being attacked. And I'm in fear for my life. I don't know what this man is out here about to do. I don't know. They trying to get all of my protection taken away from me. They keep stalking me. This is cyberbullying. So then I'm going to go here. Everybody talking about one pat being in a certain person chat, right? Everybody talking about one pat being cool with somebody. But what happens when that motherfucker slide up under somebody being cool? What happens? You know what I mean? So this is what I noticed about the network. If the network don't like you, you can't do what they do. You know what I mean? It's Black History Month. I ain't black though. So, like, you slide up under Bruce, but didn't you say, F you, Bruce Kelly? We going back 9/11 to make sure the guards do their job. If other inmates like it or not, don't fall for the con game. Y'all, this the same guy that backstabbed his own brother. I'm just saying. They get mad at me because I pull the receipts out and do with them on what they try to do to me. What up, Silky Smooth? That's all I'm saying. You can't get mad at me because I do you on you. The problem is you can't do me to me. Y'all got to add some shit, a lot of shit. Y'all got to multiply a lot of shit. Y'all got to divide some shit. Y'all got to take away. Man, don't do none of that. Just put the thing in a thing, as Levi would say, right? The truth don't need no fillers. It's either enough to fill you up or it's not, and you can come back for seconds. I'm just saying. But I noticed the PI wanted to play. And since the PI wanted to play, I did a series called Surviving the Janky PI. Right? I did a series. Now, the reason why people want me out the way is because when I said they was all connected years ago, they all, oh no, I ain't connected. Okay, watch this. You say you're going to put papers on me because I say you stole money. I stand on that. Here's why I stand on that. If you get $45,000 to pay for people to fly in to testify for Robert's Rkelly trial, nobody comes except for 5 people. Julius, some guy we don't know, and 3 other folks. If you was given that much money and nobody came in. Where's the refund for that money going back to Mr. Kelly? And we don't want you to tell us. We want you to show us the receipt of you refunding 45 grand back to Mr. Kelly. On top of that, we need to see, we the people, because remember you investigated the defense fund, right? And I told you, don't let your very thing come and bite you in your ass. So we the people, we want to see your call logs. We deserve that right. You come in public and lying, right? So shut me up. And if you can shut me up with that, I will come public and say, you know what? I owe Sean Harris an apology. I overstepped my boundaries and spoke on something I know nothing about. And it won't happen again. And I won't ever speak on Sean Harris again. But we the people, we demand to see your call logs. And I will call these people one by one, all 50 people, one by one on live, and ask them, did you call them to testify in Robert Sylvester Kelly case? You got to give the people what they want. We just heard Kip ask you, why are you calling me? Instead of you being macho, you could have said, bro, I'm only calling you because I want you to testify in the Rkelly case. That would have squashed all of that. But you didn't, because you had an ulterior motive. So we want to know, what role do your wife play in your organization?
Remember,
and we want to see her credentials and her license.
Remember, I said this. What role do his wife play in his organization? Right? And remember, I said that. Let's go.
We demand that, and we have a right to demand that. So from this day forth, whoever panel he show up on, everybody walk away from. Let's blackball him until he show the real fans, supporters, and friends that he didn't mismanage R. Kelly's money for his trial and that he didn't botch his trial. It's only fair. That's only fair. And watch this. With him having partnerships with ATF, DEA. Hold on, I'm gonna play it again so you can hear it.
Ever pull up on me? You understand? Pull up the countless press conferences that I've had, where I went after drug dealers and drug organizations, where I have partnerships with the FBI, the ATF, the DEA. You understand? Yeah. Homeland Security. So that's what I'm talking about. He trying to call me.
Now I got a question. He said he trying to call me little. See, when you step on people's credibility and ain't about shit, they'll try to prove you wrong, right? They'll try to prove you wrong. Once you step on that credibility and shit, they'll try to prove you wrong. So the question that I have is, you were brought in to destroy the defense fund. First thing. Second thing is this. Why would Rob want to deal with somebody that have partnerships? Listen what I'm saying to you. Partnerships with the DEA, the FBI, and Homeland Security. You think I'm lying? Check it out.
Ever pull up on me? You understand? Pull up the countless press conferences that I've had, where I went after drug dealers and drug organizations, where I have partnerships with the FBI, the ATF, the DEA. You understand? Yeah. Homeland Security. So that's what I'm talking about. He trying to call me some fly-by-night dude. No, I wasn't no fly-by-night dude. I was there for over 3 years.
Aren't they the same people that came and got R. Kelly? But if you notice, his wife is on the internet being an agent of chaos and stirring up shit to get people distracted while her husband, and a couple other folks, y'all know who I'm talking about, is stealing from R. Kelly, lying to R. Kelly, and making sure he never gets out. Hold on. Everything I say comes with receipts. Let's go here.
Thank you.
Oh, with that being said, you heard me mention 45 grand, right? Now watch what he tried to flip. Watch this.
Thank you. You so good at putting people in indictments and stuff and putting them in paperwork. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm sending that clip that you put out that I stole $245,000.
Now hold on. Didn't I say 45 grand? Now where 245 grand come from? Do you hear the inflation and the lie? This is why I say when these little fast talking motherfuckers come on and talk, you sit back and you listen. You record it. Then that way you can go back and listen. Slow it down if you have to. But where did the extra 200 grand come from? I said 45. He said 245. Make this shit make sense. But hold on. Let's listen to this and watch my face.
I'm going to make you famous. I'm going to make you famous. Because that's what you did. And I'm going to say it straight up. Somebody call Doug. Call him. See, I've been referring to him as a New Jersey attorney. But Doug Anton, listen to me. Your boy down in Atlanta, Mitch, put you out there today saying that you collected $250,000. At the very least, $250,000 for the defense fund.
What?
That's what happened.
Stop.
And being that I got your face, Mitch,
Listen.
with Levi, with Gregory Stubbs.
Listen.
So now you, Gregory Stubbs, and Doug Anton. Is that what you're saying? That you guys collected $250,000?
Lord have mercy.
You, big dummy, just implicated you and Levi and Doug Anton were engaged in a conspiracy to commit wire fraud.
What? I'm glad I'm playing this.
Listen to what I just told you, you big dummy.
Oh my God, this nigga's crazy. Oh Lord. That part, you.
With the public statements that you made today, you stated that I was given $250,000 to bring witnesses.
Time out.
So where did I get it from?
Time out. First it went from 45 grand out of my mouth. Then it went to 245 his mouth. Now it's 250. Can he get his lie straight? But okay, let's finish.
From. You like to use Rob saying, use your common sense.
Listen.
Where did I get 250,000?
Exactly.
I never got any money. But if I got 250,000, where did it come from? See, you trying to divert. You trying to divert because you know what happened to that money. So now you're trying to put it on me, but it ain't going to work. Because see, what has to happen now, you have to show, you and Doug Anton has to show, being that he was responsible for that money, now y'all got to show, not necessarily you, Mitch, your boy, now your boy has to show that he gave me $250,000.
What?
Yeah, it was 12:15. Exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was.
Now you see something. Now you see now. You done fucked up. You know that, don't you?
I
see what I'm saying.
I thought.
No, so you know what I'm saying that you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, it was 12:15. Exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was.
Now you see something.
So my question is, where did all these figures come from? You know, but I got to go back to something that everybody forgot about. $154.
And here's what I like. What happened with Sean Hurst so abruptly? Uh-oh. I'm going to put the sound on. I'm going to put the sound all the way up because I want y'all to hear this. Sean Hurst, I found you, brother. Now I know what happened, and I'm going to read the whole story. Let's go.
Yeah, today's the worst day of my life. All right, it's been the worst first day at work for me that I ever had. You know why? Because I got absolutely nothing done today. I've been sitting in the back during the day that I should have been at work after I was reappointed as the police commissioner of the City of Mount Vernon Police Department. It's been an embarrassment for me and my family and the great city of Mount Vernon and the citizens who I've served my entire adult life, serving the city and my country, protecting the rights of the citizens of this city and this country. And I'm totally embarrassed and I'm pissed with 2 S's, all right? And I have no other further statement at this time. My attorney will speak for me.
Well, what happens tomorrow? Are you still the commissioner? Excuse me. Basically, what's happening here is this is a demonstration of the crisis that's occurring in Mount Vernon. This is a situation where you have a child playing in a sandbox, hurting innocent people and innocent lives. He spent 9.
I'm not going to give you that long. I'm going to do it like this. You have 4 days to produce. If not, I'm putting a lien against this company. Better yet, this is what we all need to do. Everybody needs to report MA1 Security and Investigations to the Department of State Division and Licensing Services
of New York.
Also, what I'm going to do, because I'm tired of playing with these frauds. Everybody need to also report to the IRS. Here's the form. Here's the form. Form 3949A. And it says, hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. Here we go. No, that's not it. Report phishing and online scams, and report MA1 security and investigations as a scam. Like they do. How about we return the favor? Because you see, there's not a name that owns this company. And whenever you got something to hide, you always wonder why. And I'm So here's my question. How are you a private investigator, right? And you got an ID number, but your name is not applicable. That means that this company is not yours. So somebody got you as the front man, but the company is really not yours. And then on top of that, I believe the day I did this was the 21st. I mean, it was the 12th. No, it was the 11th. But this expired the very next day. So I'm trying to sit back and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, hold on. And for the people that's leaving, right? Y'all thought I was going to violate my TPO? You crazy. But I'm going to add to it. Just sit tight. Hold on. Because I don't like being attacked. Because I don't do nothing fraudulent. Hold on, let's go ahead. But then I want y'all to look at this number. The number changes again. For a legit company, this way I have fun at. For a legit company, there's no need to keep changing numbers. Y'all seen this live. Y'all can go look at it. You know, y'all can go look at it and everything. However, what I do want y'all to see is this right here. Because people want to know how they came in. Well, first of all, his wife, Sharon Monet, Queen Everything, Queen Diva, and whatever 900 names that she want to have, Sexy Diva, something. How y'all doing, everybody? The way they came in, y'all about to see. And that's all you got to do is let people talk. And you'll know everything. Watch this. All y'all got to do is open your eyes. Make it make sense. But let's break down the whole story of how it all came about. Pay close attention, and now you're going to understand what's going on and the backstabbing of Dana J. Watch this.
Alright.
Go ahead, tell us the story.
Okay, alright, so.
Now watch this. If you pay attention to the voices, ask yourself this question. Why are they always around scams and bullshit? Pay attention to the voice, to the one voice that stands out. Okay? Watch this.
Y'all know my birthday was on Wednesday, so, you know, I've been trying to, you know, I've been, you know, partying all night, so. All this Vivian shit, no. Okay. I've been telling people for a while, I know things. Okay, so I got the inside track, and I got all of the receipts to prove what I'm saying. Like, I'm lit. I'm probably on like 37 shots of Hennessy right now.
All right, give us the 411.
Okay, so Sylvia didn't hire MA. Okay, Sylvia didn't do it. All right, and if I'm lying, I'm flying. My feet ain't left the ground. Okay, so Me, you know, I started this thing called Boots on the Ground. All right. It's
Right.
me, Marlene the Kid, Michelle Nunley, Tina Trina, and it's Big. And if I'm missing you, then I'm sorry. Like with Wish, just a bird. Okay, so anyway, long story short, I did an interview with Don Russell because we started doing research. And once we started doing research, we said, like, you know, we talked to the lawyers. Marlena got me on the phone with Mike Leonard and with Steve Greenberg. And so it was just simple shit that they didn't know. Like how in the superseding indictment in New York, they were saying that R. Kelly gave Faith Rogers drugs and used her. But, you know, she's from San Antonio. And then I think out there in San Antonio is like Broward County. Or if it's not Broward County, it's something very similar to that. So, you know, we went out there, we checked the county records. Like I told you earlier, you got to check them county records. So, in 2015, Faith Rogers has a charge for, she got a marijuana charge. So when I got on the phone with Mike Leonard, then, you know, we brought that up to them. This is basic stuff that they don't know. Now, these are R. Kelly's attorneys. So they don't know that Faith Rogers, the person who's accusing him of giving her drugs to intoxicate her and take advantage of her, already has drug charges. At that point, we determined that these lawyers were not going to work. The only person up until that point who was saying that R. Kelly needed new lawyers was Don Russell. So I called Don Russell up, okay, and I still got the notes in one of my phones. He started talking to me about lit defense.
Right, man.
A guy by the name of White Herzog. He started talking about R. Kelly publishing in the Sony portal, and like 10 or 15 other things that I got documented. But just to stay on topic, I talked to Don Russell, and then I did a live stream. On that live stream, Sharon was in the room. So we wound up connected.
Hold up.
And, you know, I checked him out.
Hold up. Y'all heard who he said. Sharon was in the room. That's the PI wife, Sharon Monet, the provocateur of confusion. And I'm going to show, and I'm going to prove everything I'm telling you. Watch.
They were legit. So, you know, Sharon started telling me, like, yo, he has lawyers, but Doug Anton is from New Jersey. In order for him to beat the charges in New York, he needs a lawyer from New York. Doug Anton is from Michigan.
Doug Anton is not from Michigan. He's from New York, the New Jersey area.
And Tom Farrinella is an entertainment lawyer. So this is when we started to go get Alan Dershowitz, the guy who got OJ off. So we went out and got Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz said, I'm going to be too expensive for you, but let me go get one of my young G's. That's when we got Arthur Ayadala. Now, this retainer that Prima Donna loves to pop up is because Lisa and Cassandra, they reached out to, I'm sorry, not even Lisa and Cassandra, it was Lisa who reached out to me, and she said, you know, hey, holla at me, gave me her number, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, once I got in contact with them, MA1 Investigations, I connected them to Lisa Kelly. Now, unfortunately, at this time, had called Terry, I forgot her last name, but you know, by Small Fry. And I went to school, I went to school, but I know her daughter, Lachey, because we used to work at this company called West Asset Management, which was like a loss mitigation department in Fargo back in 2009. So, you know, we connected, long story short. R. Kelly called Terry one day, and he said, I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, get in touch with my sisters, Lisa and Cassandra. When Terry told me this, I connected him. We connected with Sean. Sean put together a preliminary report, and we could not get in it. So I'm sorry, we couldn't really make no traction from it. So this is when I got in contact with what's her name, Alexis. Now Alexis, she referred me to a lady named Janet. I forgot her name, but she runs something called Yep Paperzine. So I gave them my government credentials. Now I used to work for the National Geospatial Agency, and you know ran the U service military. So you know this is an intelligence agency.
Yeah, I already know.
All verifiable. Long story short, I send, you know, Janet my information, my credentials, so I'm legitimate. Long story short, and Janet, it never got no traction. So after a while, Lisa got in touch with Sean. Sean gave a PI report, and we mailed that to Rkelly in jail. When we mailed it to Rkelly in jail, he said, "This is shit I've been waiting for."
Listen, Sean Hurst mailed a PI report. Anybody that know about law enforcement and can do a PI report. At no point have Trent said that Sean was a PI. You see what I'm saying? Let's finish. Watch this.
And when he said that this is what he's been waiting for, then, you know, long story short, you know, Lisa got in touch with him. He sent her an email request for the government, you know, messaging system, whatever the fuck it is. So when he sent her that, they were in direct contact. And once they got in direct contact, that's how traction started happening on the Rkelly, because he like, yeah, I need private investigators and stuff like that. And of course, MA1 or private investigators. So I connected them, and so this piece of paper that Prima Donna loves to show, where I got a retainer agreement again. Lisa and Cassandra, I'm sorry, not even Lisa and Cassandra, but they can't really speak to legalese the way that I can. You know, my father.
So what you just heard was Trent admitting to a lot of stuff. But the one thing that you probably overlooked is when he said that Sharon, her name is Sharon. But you probably overlooked that when he said Sharon said that Rkelly need New York attorneys and not New Jersey attorneys. That wasn't the problem. The problem was they couldn't get Doug to turn on me and work with them. So you heard him say that Sean did a preliminary PI report. That was the report when he told and said that he investigated for the dollar for the king, and they put all this trumped up shit up there. And they sent it to Rob, and that's when Rob and Doug got into it. That's when Rob prematurely stopped talking to me because he was believing them. You heard him admit it out of his own mouth. But it's more from where that came from. It's more from where that came from. Check it out.
She saw us out, you know, she wanted us to write motion. We were working this boots on the ground thing. Legally saw us out, you know, she wanted us to write motion. Lee's end game was Lee would come in.
So Trent said Lee sought them out and wanted them to write motions. So now we know that Lee was behind that motion shit. And the one that Greenberg struck down. So now
And do you think the people ever came out and apologized to me for that bullshit? Hell no. Check this out.
Like she's concerned about R. Kelly, she's concerned about Rob, and she's concerned about Rob to a certain degree. But her biggest thing is Lily wants to protect Lily. So Lily would do this. We were working this boots on the ground thing. Lily sought us out. You know, she wanted us to write motion. Lily's end game was Lily would come in like she's concerned about R. Kelly, she's concerned about Rob, and she's concerned about Rob to a certain degree. But her biggest thing is Lily wants to protect Lily. So Lily would do different things with us, like she would piggyback on work that you did, or piggyback on your content or your message, whatever else, so that she can create, so that she can talk to the lawyers. She would lie when talking to the lawyers. Hey, R. Kelly put me over X, Y, and Z. Once she actually talked to R. Kelly, he ain't put her over this. He don't even trust her ass. Okay? And so she was trying to make sure she wasn't implicated, because just like Larry said, she was out there eating that real pussy, you know, fondling little girls when they got out the shower.
Wait. How do you know she was doing that?
How do I know?
Yeah, because you say I want to know if you. How do you know? Like, is there facts? Is there proof or something of it? Like,
she admitted that shit. Just like I work for NA1 investigation.
I know, but she said she never said that.
The reason why she's saying that she never said that is because, like, let me tell you something about her. All right, to know Lily is like, she is real cool, but if you let her tell it, if you really know Lily, you gonna be cool as fuck with Lily. Then all of a sudden you gonna get a call in the middle of the night from her son or somebody who's supposed to be close with her, who said, "Oh, she's dying," and they gonna be so hysterical that you gonna be like, "Damn, that's fucked up." The doctors gave her 6 months to live. Somehow she's still living past all of the timelines the doctors said. And what she does is she leverages her disability to figure out information, to plant herself in the middle of the R. Kelly thing. And so she's looking for...
Okay, I gotta stop you right there, Trent, because she went live and said that, you know, people's talking about her health and stuff, and she has been in the hospital. She put pictures of her being in the hospital and stuff. And she also said that, you know, people said she said this. Now, Bozo did come out and try to say Sylvia had recorded her, but that's not true. They were all on a phone conversation. It was Bozo, Sid, Denise, Sylvia, and it was somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was. But they was on a phone conversation. It was a long phone conversation, like hours and hours and hours. Bozo recorded her. He lied and said it was Sylvia, you know, that recorded her. What? And I'm like, you said that you recorded her. But she came out, she was like, if there's a recording out there of me saying any of this, because they said in that conversation, she said she did that. And she's like, if there's a conversation like that, play it. Nobody has played that video since.
Brandon, look, let me tell you something. I was born with a disease called cystic fibrosis. I have 30% of my complete lung function. I've only had 30% of my lung function since I was 21 years old. I am federally disabled. I'm state disabled. And I've been disabled. I was diagnosed with this disease in August of 1997. So I've been living with this shit for 25 years old. I can come and produce a motherfucking picture of me in the hospital right now. I have a grave illness, period. But if I wanted to sit up in here and play like I'm dying, I can sit up in here and play like I'm dying. I got receipts on everything that I'm talking about. What happens is, yeah, she might have been in the hospital, but she also uses that disability to hustle me. When I first encountered Lily, she asked me how to get messages and shit out of the iCloud. she was trying to get messages out of the iCloud because she texted some perverted shit to SBM. If you go through and you read the indictment, and I would have to check through my records.
You know what? I did talk to her one time, and she was talking to me about getting messages off of the iCloud.
There you go. Like
I've never talked to you about. Like, I've never talked to you, so I know when you just said that, she did talk to me one time, and she said she didn't know how to get her messages off her iCloud, and that some people were helping her try to get the messages off her iCloud.
Well, I mean, there you go. So you know I'm not lying to you.
Definitely know you're not lying about that.
She go over there and she texts Andrea some X-rated shit, and she was trying to cover her tracks to make sure she didn't get indicted. Okay, but when folks are sitting over here and they believe in Lily, keep in mind Lily has gone to prison for defrauding FEMA before. She stole money from people who were victims of Hurricane Katrina and did federal time for that. So her saying she not lying, I mean, come on, bro. She went to jail for fraud before.
Even there was a point where I screen recorded Bozo in our group chat talking about he talked to Doug Anton, and Doug told him to not talk to Lily because she's being recorded by the feds, right?
Yeah.
And
So I don't know what happened. Hold on.
Lily's end game was Lily would come in like she's concerned about R. Kelly. But her biggest thing is Lily wants to protect Lily. So Lily would do different things with us. Like she would piggyback on work that you did, or piggyback on your content or your message, whatever else, so that she could create, so that she could talk to the lawyers. She would lie when talking to the lawyers. Hey, R. Kelly put me over X, Y, and Z. Once you actually talk to R. Kelly, he ain't put her over this. He don't even trust her ass. Okay? And so she was trying to make sure she wasn't implicated because just like Larry said, she was out there eating Ariel pussy, fondling little girls when they got out the shower.
wait. How do you know she was doing that?
How do I know?
Yeah, because you say I want to know if you. How do you know? Like, is there facts? Is there proof or something of it? Like,
she admitted that shit. Just like I work for NA1 investigation.
I know, but she said she never said that.
The reason why she's saying that she never said that is because, like, let me tell you something about her. All right, to know Lily is like she is real cool, but if you let her tell it, if you really know Lily, you gonna be cool as fuck with Lily. Then all of a sudden you gonna get a call in the middle of the night from her school,
right, Julie,
or somebody who's supposed to be close with her who said, "Oh, she's dying," and they gonna be so hysterical that you gonna be like, "Damn, that's fucked up." The doctors gave her 6 months to live. Somehow she's still living past all of the timelines the doctor said. And what she does is she leverages her disability to figure out information to plant herself in the middle of the R. Kelly thing. And so she's looking for...
Okay, I gotta stop you right there, Trent, because she went live and said that, people's talking about her health and stuff, and she has been in the hospital. She put pictures of her being in the hospital and stuff. And she also said that, people said she said this. Now, Bozo did come out and try to say Sylvia had recorded her, but that's not true. They were all on a phone conversation. It was Bozo, Sid, Denise, Sylvia, and it was somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was. But They was on a phone conversation. It was a long phone conversation, like hours and hours and hours. Bozo recorded her. He lied and said it was Sylvia, that recorded her. And I'm like, you said that you recorded her. But she came out, she was like, if there's a recording out there of me saying any of this, because they said in that conversation, she said she did that. And she's like, if there's a conversation like that, play it. Nobody has played that video since.
Brandon, look, let me tell you something. I was born with a disease called cystic fibrosis. I have 30% of my complete lung function. I've only had 30% of my lung function since I was 21 years old. I am federally disabled. I'm state disabled. And I've been disabled. I was diagnosed with this disease in August of 1997. So I've been living with this shit for 25 years old. I can come and produce a motherfucking picture of me in the hospital right now. I have a grave ill, period. But if I wanted to sit up in here and play like I'm dying, I can sit up in here and play like I'm dying. I got receipts on everything that I'm talking about. What happens is, she might have been in the hospital, but she also uses that disability to hustle me. When I first encountered Legally, she asked me how to get messages and shit out of the iCloud. She was trying to get messages out of the iCloud because she texted some perverted shit to ask me. If you go through and you read the indictment, and I would have to check through my records.
You know what? I did talk to her one time, and she was talking to me about getting messages off of the iCloud.
There you go.
I've never talked to you about, I've never talked to you, so I know when you just said that, she did talk to me one time, and she said she didn't know how to get her messages off her iCloud, and that some people were helping her try to get the messages off her iCloud.
Well, I mean, there you go. So you know I'm not lying to you.
She definitely know you're not lying about that.
She go over there and she takes Adriel some X-rated shit, and she was trying to cover her tracks to make sure she didn't get indicted. Okay, but when folks are sitting over here and they believe in Lily, keep in mind Lily has gone to prison for defrauding FEMA before. She stole money from people who were victims of Hurricane Katrina and did federal time for that. So her saying she not lying, I mean, come on, bro. She went to jail for fraud before.
Even there was a point where I screen recorded Bozo in our group chat talking about he talked to Doug Anton, and Doug told him to not talk to Lily because she's being recorded by the feds, right? Yeah. And I screen recorded what he said about her, like the message, and I sent it to her. And I thought that she would take that, he's been recording, he tells everyone he records you. He's put the recordings out. No one else is putting recordings out. I put recordings out, but it was only of Bozo. You know what I'm saying? And then there was one time Sharon, but that was just one recording. Every other recording has been of Bozo. And I tried telling her, I'm like, Sylvia did not record you. It was Bozo. He has the recording. So I screenshot our chat and I showed her, I screen recorded, showing her that I was going through the chat and what he said. And so I thought that she would take some heed to that. Why are you still talking to this dude?
Tanya Harris, check this out. There's no false reports. I just showed what he did. And he constantly tries to incite people. So there's no false reports. What is that? One of your family members? You can go tell him.
Who records you? You know what I'm saying? And I haven't talked to her since this conversation because I'm just I tried to warn you about him. I tried telling you about him. You want to believe what you want to believe. You talked to Sylvia. Sylvia told you what she said and what she said and what Sybil said, whatever. I was never in the conversation, but apparently you talked to them for over 12 hours on the phone about your personal life.
I mean, look.
Yeah.
Then I got a question. How in the hell can I record anybody and I was asleep on that call? I housed the call, but I was asleep. I ain't want to hear that shit. So now you have it upfront and personal. So I'm gonna move right along. And there's always slow people that want to come in here not knowing exactly what I got up on my screen. So I don't think you should come in. But you came in, you talking about it's not wise to call that man business. Fuck that. We calling. However, I find it funny. That part. CG Joy, people don't understand that though. But they want to run with the narrative that it's me when it's not me at all. It was them. It was me responding, but it was them. You know what I mean? So but that's why I don't worry about it. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm not going after nobody. I'm just putting facts out there and defending myself. And within the scope, I'm not mentioning certain people names. That's all. So when you look at this, right? This was the live that the fake janky PI did about me, right? But if you scroll down, look who you see. Number one shit starter, Carib for life, Carib. Going after Levi. But watch this. Look who you see. Queen E. Clapping, thank you. Saluting him for going after me and Levi, right? Cool. I like that. Because you see it more. Right? You see it more. However, now that me and Levi don't talk, you don't hear him talking about Levi no more. Anywho, I want y'all to read this. And if you see what it say, Dana, this lady needs to be exposed. How can the PI's wife be on social media talking about the case, dragging Jennifer Bonjean and fraternizing with Debo? She has no faith in R. Helping him do dirty work. Talking about Debo. Queen Diva and Queen Everything, but right here say Queen Diva is Sharon Monet. I know this for a fact, 1,000%. If you recall, she put your pastor's contact info in on Debo's community board. She has done a lot and she needs to be exposed. Here are a few posts she has made. Now watch this. Now we enter into BOP Officer A. Now we go into BOP Officer A. Because if her husband can do this,
ever pull up on me. You understand? Pull up the countless press conferences that I've had, where I went after drug dealers and drug organizations, where I have partnerships with the FBI, the ATF, the DEA. You understand? Yeah. Homeland Security. So that's what I'm talking about. He trying to call me some fly-by-night dude. No, I wasn't no fly-by-night dude. I was there for over 3 years. And I served in that department for over 20 years. So I'm not no fly-by-night dude.
Now watch.
Never pull up on me.
Now watch this. This lady right here, Queen Diva, is crazy. Because you're going to see her talking, but then you're going to see her talking to herself. Now look what she say. I looked over the Chicago case, and I think we might have an issue. Hold on. If you looked over the Chicago case, right, why would you say that we have an issue? And the question is, who is we? But Angie missed that. So then she said, I keep hearing that young lady is testifying. The only person that knew that was who? Larry. So how are you hearing it if you're not within that realm that's going on? Then Lolo said, Parker gang because they disrespected me and they got a troll name. Queen Diva said yes, right? Then Queen Diva said she didn't testify at the grand jury. The father did. So she got information, inside source. This is why I say you can't play with me. So we go down. So right, Queen Diva. Let them talk. She put the Twitter on pause until after the Bill trial. She'll be back. She knew she had said too much. This when she going after Jennifer Bonjean. Now ask yourself this question. When I said that they all part of the Don Russell gang, and she called Keith to attack me, my question is this. The only person that was going after Bonjean then was Don Russell. So why would I not look at that? You feel me? Thank you, Julie, and for joining. That's why I keep saying, when I tell you something, pay attention to what I'm saying, because I laid a trap for them. So she come back. No, and Parker Gang said they all connected, right? Propaganda series at the Enterprise, Leslie Jennings, you know what I mean? She deleted her Twitter on 5/30/22, right? They all talking about Bonjean. Now we go to Pap Chat. Look, that lawyer was told, and she finally took the advice. So we keep going. We keep going. Remember this handle, Sexy Diva 25. Keeping my fingers crossed for Illinois. See that, right? So Jackson Williams says, so his attorney should do nothing. I believe you are the Queen Diva, all in the chats capping that you work at the jail. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who are you? The way you talk and defend that PI, I think you are his wife. Should you be on here giving your clients personal businesses out, bashing Bonjean? Now remember, this is during a time when he was being removed because Bonjean had her own people, right? Now watch this. I'm going to put some truth out there. The reason why R. Kelly emails is fucked up is because the PI and the wife cloned Robert's PI joint and was giving them to different people and had people thinking that that was Rob talking back to them and adding them and re-adding them and deleting them out. Y'all remember I told y'all that once before. Okay? So this right here said, R. Kelly going to have forensic video expert in his Chicago case, right? So you see, she totally ignored what he said. If the rumor is correct that Rashona Landfair is saying it's her, what good would that do? So you see the setup, right? So you see the setup. Okay. Now watch this. In Chicago, have anybody asked the PI why he was only there for one day? Because of the outburst that he said in front of everybody? When he said, oh, Rob need to just come out and tell everybody the truth. Man, he know he guilty. So why be the PI? Because Jennifer Bonjean came in and removed you? So, like I said, hold on. Because I want y'all to see them take the comments down. So now we have another screenshot, right? And you can just imagine who chat this is. Now watch this. Queen Diva and Monet. And we know that and we know that Monet is Sharon Monet, right? And we also know that Queen Diva is Sharon Monet. This is where they all got the thing of talking to themselves at. Queen Diva said at Monet and put the little thinking thing. So Monet say they were working together all along, just trying to get real supporters confused. Hold on. How is that possible when Trent laid the whole blueprint out? The PI was originally brought in to destroy all support for R. Kelly and the R. Kelly Defense Fund. And that's where Canick and them come in at. So when you hear people talk about the black lawyer, they talk about Canick. Okay? Now watch this. For all the people that's doubting Dana, when Dana said that Sharon Monet is BOP Offset, I always said that, or I always believed that Wisconsin shit was bullshit. Because that was too unstable. But that was a good throw-off point. Say that the officer is out in Wisconsin and this and this. Well, everything that they describe for the officer in Wisconsin is what Sharon Monet is. So listen to what Queen Diva said. I guess he calls himself addressing me. I'll give you some attention since you crave for it. Hold on. That was your voice on Randa's lives. You've been exposed over and over again. Did you not hear all your recordings that you recorded of Doug, Bobby, and Keith? These were your recordings, your voice and theirs, your connection to Mr. Clary. Stop. So when I was asked about these recordings, I asked to hear from them. So this person can't say it's not Sharon Monet because she's the only one that can get to him and lie to him and say, I recorded them. When a lapdog clearly came out and said she did it. But that was their way of getting them to turn on me. You see what I'm saying? So, and then it says my connection to a Mr. Clary. What connection do I got? So then she say, was that not your voice? Miss Pap just played you talking to phases. You a liar, dude. Many have already exposed you 10 times over, and these silly broads want to continue to believe your conspiracy theories. So be it. Let's be crystal clear. I've never met you, sir. Now hold on. I have met Sharon Monet. And if people that was there, they'd tell the truth. But it says, I've never met you, sir. I was one of the smart ones. If you have such an issue with me and what I say, you're more than welcome to come voice your concerns. I'm at 80 29th Street in Brooklyn. I'm here from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'll be waiting on your visit. Watch this. I want y'all to Google 80 29th Street in Brooklyn, New York, and put in the chat what the fuck that is, and before I go any further. I want y'all to Google 80 29th Street in Brooklyn, New York, and put it in the chat what it is. And before I go any further, I'll wait. I will wait. Because now I'm about to break this totally down. Something that nobody can do. That's why I said that other person is an extension of BOP Officer A. But nobody understood what I was saying. So let's go with it. I got one person that put it in there. I got one person that put it in there. Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, right? So hold on, because I don't want y'all to say that I'm lying. If you look at it, most of them, most of them they're on either 10s or 12s, right? Hold on, nope. They're on either 10s or 12s. So with that being said, how is she able to work 8 unless you are a high-ranking official, right? So when I Googled 80 29th Street, is this what y'all got? Is this what y'all got? Jim and I got it too? Right. So is this what you got? The MDC Brooklyn Federal Bureau of Prisons? 80 29th Street? Okay. Let's go over. The same message of me talking, right? She said she worked from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that means you got to be a high-ranking official to be able to work 8s. Okay? Ain't this the BOP? Now, the question is, when your husband went to go take certain people to the jail, why wasn't he able to get certain people in? Because you couldn't show your hand in the case because at that time you were still working there. Ask yourself this question. Why are you not working there now? And it's quite funny during the whole time frame that BOP Officer A left the same time you stopped working. So, hold on. Make sure everybody in your boat is rowing and not drilling holes when you're not looking. Know your circle. I do. That's why I'm glad I have who I have now. And I said, fuck everybody else. So people going to say, well, Dana, you might be reaching, man. You might be reaching. Okay. Let's reach a little less. So I go to Twitter. Because that's where the crumbs left me. And it led me right there. And I'm famous for that. I'm famous for that. Watch this. That's been whispers from people who are in Chicago when they was talking about Roshona Landfair, right? But how would you know that? Why would you be in Chicago? Why would you be telling what Rob is about to face? Because at this time, your husband was the PI. And at this time, your husband was the one reading the mail. So, say what? They tell lies on their own, right? So Rkelly Positive PR said, where are all my friends? And they put that right there. Sexy Diva 25 said, that's my jam, right? The setup is real. Kel setup. Look what said. Kel supporters versus snake ass. We have to see past these snakes and stick together. 3 years of BS, enough is enough. You know what I mean? So when I say folks out here be capping and be phony, yeah. Now watch this. When I told y'all that them phone calls were fake, okay? Look where it's coming from. This is from Sharon Monet. Please link your call of calls and Glenda's call to this young lady. Let's get it out that Mr. Kelly is doing well. So hold on. Why do you got to link your calls if your calls are authentic? Because he's calling y'all thinking that y'all on an up and up, and y'all recording the calls and taking y'all voices out and telling who? Glenda and the super fan to add their voices. So watch this. After that happened, hold on. Rkelly Possibly said, I'm still waiting for those links. So hold on. Why would you need links if they are authentic calls? So now you can just guess who Rkelly Positive PR is, right? So why would you need links if they are authentic calls? Look, I tagged the people who should have them. And look who she tagged. Queen Bell, which is Seen Fishy, and Daboski, 2020 Enterprise. You see what I'm saying? So if they are authentic calls, why do you got to tag the people to send them links? Because you don't want your shit exposed. And these are the people who's going to rock with you. You got another person that work in the courts, which is Queen Bell, and you got a super fan that's running rampant. Make this shit make sense. Dana don't got to falsify shit. Dana going to put the thing in a thing. So watch this. They brought up the other lady. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And she said, I can't with her. She's like the others. I tried to give her the benefit of doubt. Why record the man? Hold on. So if R. Kelly called, right? So if R. Kelly called y'all, right? Why are you getting mad that they recorded him if they are authentic calls? You wouldn't have got mad. You got mad because they become your competition because they somehow got another phone call that combats your phone call. Make this shit make sense. So watch this. Which one for Daboski? They struck his page. He sang for him. Even the audio of Dottie, same thing. So hold on. How did Dottie and Daboski get the same audio, but it's two different things going on in the audio? Somebody frauding an audio. And you never heard Dottie talk about getting a link for audio. But you seen the Dirty Prize and Sharon Monet and the PI wife talking about links for audios. And she said out of her mouth, she sent them to the people that she wanted to have them. Which was Daboski and Seen Fishy. Hold on. It's funny that that individual questions everyone who did what she is doing and calling folks frauds, and she's behaving the same way. Get your money back. Now you see what this shit is all about. Money. Now this the PI wife. Gemini Don said, hold up, I followed that account, but never knew who was R. Kelly Potts. Boy, they play more games than a little bit. That's why I keep my circle small. Look, her recorded phone call that she first said was the fake R. Kelly. Now he's the real R. Kelly. We already heard what he had to say when he called Daboski and Glenda. Now, hold on. For the slow people, she just said she sent the links out. So, if she sent the links out, how did he call? Like I told you, Rob called her and her husband. They took 2 separate phone calls, took the voices out, and told Daboski and Glenda to fake like they talking to Rob. Now, I can go deeper, but I'm going to leave a certain person out of it. Because I can go real deeper. Watch this. I saw it. It was TN interview. It was a phone call. She teased it. Sound more like him just saying what he needed to say to get whatever from her. So now they're trying to downplay Dottie. You know what I mean? Because they want to try to be the top dog. Now watch this. And if you notice, that's the time that Dumbo attacked Dottie. She said, I tagged the people who should have them. And look who the 2. So if Rob calling them directly, how can you tag people who should have the links to these phone calls? Can somebody answer that for me? That's all I want to know. Can somebody answer that? Hold on. And if you think I'm lying, look what it say. Please link your call of calls and Glenda's call to this young lady. Let's get it out that Mr. Kelly is doing well. So hold on. When I was talking about it and leading up to this, somebody was putting laughing emojis all in there. Now that I'm exposing it all, now the laughing emoji stop. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. There you go. Put them back in there. Put them back in there. Look, yeah, there are several Daboski guns. One, when he sings, he's and I need a hug. Come on, man. Like who y'all playing with? Now watch this. Her recorded phone call that she first said was the fake R. Kelly. Now he's the real R. Kelly. We already heard what he had to say when he called Daboski and Glenda. Why is she charging for a call? Everyone surviving off of R. Kelly, just like you and your husband was. All of y'all was surviving off R. Kelly. She said it is because she don't want haters to watch it. If Oak Cove watch it, they have to pay. See? And watch this. Well, if the video is fake, then accuser is fake also. Keeping my fingers crossed for Illinois. Hold on, I read that already. She got Harold Melvin in the blue notes. Hold on. Watch this. He gonna be on, talking about Sean Harris, he gonna be on Friday. If you have a question for him, email. This is where the whole setup goes. From Twitter to YouTube to Facebook and them groups. See what I'm saying? She said pass. Make it make sense. They all hated on her. Now they all trying to protect her. I wonder why. So when I say is why, because I got what I got. Look, R. Kelly calls Daboski, right? She's giving updates, going live soon, right? That's when she's saying, please link. Okay, here we go. Please link your call of calls and Glenda's call to this young lady. Let's get it out that Mr. Kelly is doing well. R. Kelly Positive PR said, I'm still waiting for those links. Hold on. Now watch this. Here we go. It's going to make sense. She said it's because she don't want haters to watch it. If Okov want watch it, they have to pay. So Sharon Monet say, I can't with her. She's like the others. I tried to give her the benefit of doubt. Why record the man? Here it is right here. Hold on. So R. Kelly Positive PR said, R. Kelly going to have forensic video expert in his Chicago case. Look at what the PI wife said. If the rumor is correct that RL is saying it's her, what good would that do? So R. Kelly Positive PR said, well, if video is fake, then accuse is fake. And they trying to get a whole conversation started over there on that thread, which died. Now watch this. Sharon Monet again. Her recorded phone call that she first said was the fake R. Kelly. Now he's the real R. Kelly. We already heard what he had to say when he called Daboski and Glenda, and we all know he ain't called Daboski and Glenda. Why is she charging for a call? Everyone's surviving off of R. Kelly, right? Then Nicole's view, she said, these are the women that a small group of us exposed years ago. Yet this judge saw it fit for this civil trial to see the light of day. So you have a female criminal in court in 1975 for robbing a bank. Yet she says Cosby sexually assaulted her, right? And they all over there talking about that, right? Pay attention to the people that's following her. Now watch this. Yeah, there are several. Daboski Gun has one. When he sings, he's and I need a hug. And he tells him he has to keep supporting him for the long haul. And he sang to Glenda, Bump and Grind intro, and says, this is for Glenda. Dottie, when he also thanks the fans, these are from March to April. Ask yourself this question. Who sits back and knows a phone call word for word if they not the one that originated the scam and part of the phone call? Make this make sense. Then she drops down to say, it's been on Twitter. You don't have to follow anyone. There have been several recorded calls with this man who they continue to exploit and make money off his name. A membership is one way. So who's she talking about? Other than herself and the network. Then she say, I can't with her. She's like the others. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. Why record the man? Hold on. Talk about that. Here we go. Let's look at it. Keeping my fingers crossed for Illinois. And Michelle said, I agree, but who said she is testifying that it's her, right? She ain't telling you who, because then she's going to give up a gig. But she said that's been whispers from people who are in Chicago. How do you know when you're in New York? So here come Irish Soul for Kelly, a lie detector along with it. But she ain't questioning the PI wife. But she'll come and make up lies on us. Okay? So, like I said, it only get better. And the reason why I say it only get better is because now we gonna venture to something. Since niggas want to play my phone, want to play my lives and shit, okay, I'm gonna return the favor. Let's go there. Let's go there. Hold on for a second.
With a really good friend of mine. A good friend of mine, someone who means so much to me. A spiritual sister, a spiritual friend, a spiritual mom. She is a mother. And she experienced some of the similar things. Matter of fact, these similar things. And when I tell you, man, she spiritually coached me and guided me into making this decision. Man, I owe her nothing, but money couldn't buy that. Money could not compensate how she guided me with making the decision to having this surgery and having this second chance. This second chance where I'm sitting here talking. No. Now I'm letting the whole world
know where I stand. Because you don't read the message and I feel that you trying to compromise me for some police ass shit, then I'm going to go ahead and call your sister on now. She might as well call the hospital and go and lay up in the bed, pull up the IV up. Y'all ain't seen nothing like these text messages yet. These text messages of Lily is of a whole different breed. And Ray, please don't play with me. Cause I'm gonna go full throttle. Yeah, hey Spiritfield, you saw him on that dude's show and how he came on there talking to me. I was like, you know what? Oh, your girl Lily, I'll release her fucking text messages. And this motherfucker.
Now watch this. How will he get the text messages if it's not for the PI and his wife? Same way they got the phone calls. Watch this shit.
Now, Lily about to have a surgery in January. We need to give her prayers, all this shit. Hey, Lily, you better get a little bit closer to his ear and let him know Deboski ain't nothing to play with. There's a method to my madness. If you heard me say fuck R. Kelly, if you think I threaten R. Kelly, make sure you make that clear when you trying to act like I'm acting on behalf of R. Kelly. Because I ain't acting on nobody's behalf but myself. I was a man before I met R. Kelly. I was a man before I seen R. Kelly. I was a man before R. Kelly called me. R. Kelly didn't call you never rated. Never rated. R. Kelly didn't call you. That lady that keep putting me in collages on your wall.
Kelly didn't call you. DanaJay, Kelly didn't call you.
Okay.
You can't question my integrity.
Okay.
You know how many people left this sector, left these chats that never said nothing bad about events I protested, that I hosted, I led? They just faded away. They never said nothing negative. The only specially rated. I'm here. I'm looking for something though.
When we was at the court hearing.
Shit. Trying to knock down pages because you hate. I've been on house arrest for 10 months. Y'all had a 10-month head start. And even though my shit ain't even popping the way I want it to be, because I've been wasting my time Jenny flicking and bullshitting, I've been wasting my time feeding the rats. I just want to see what y'all gonna do next, what y'all capable of. How far do the rabbit hole go? But y'all gonna be the motherfucker that cry wolf. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right, did you get the pictures I sent? Shoot, I sent so many of them when you was sitting in the chair throwing the basketball. I sent, when we was at the court hearing, Debowski going in. I love him. You hear me? Yeah. Everybody ain't real. I already know that. Okay.
Now,
you never thank you.
Now, I know who that is that's making that call. I know who that is that's talking to him, but it's not him. Let's finish.
He ain't never think a lot of you motherfuckers.
Then I'll get like an Uber or something to the car. Yes, it is.
So you're going to the top?
Yeah.
Okay, did you let her know that?
I did tell her. I told her that we're most likely be coming tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. I'm trying to find a flight. It's either going to be tonight or it's either going to be tomorrow morning. And I'll be landing in the afternoon. Or if I get one tonight, then it'll be landing tomorrow morning.
Nobody else is coming out.
No, it's just me. It's just going to be me.
Okay, because I'm letting you know now. Well, I'll call them.
Okay. I did want to tell you, like, to switch the 90 days out, but when you do switch them out, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about, like really good stuff. We talked about last week switching up days. We've been talking about that. So why are you saying wow?
Yeah, because you hung up on me and called right there to the building, and they called to the floor.
So he's faking like Rob is calling him, but that call is the call that Shabazz put out on presidents. See what I'm saying? That's what that is. Okay.
Told you.
This call right here.
Figure out when it would be, because even if you switch up in 90 days, she's been seeing you for, after the last time I saw you has been almost 35, probably more than that, 45, 50 days. So therefore, I don't have to wait an entire 90 days. I would just only be waiting about an additional 20 days until I'm able to see you. That's what they were explaining to me. Does that make sense? So you have
That's all that I told him.
No, that's not what.
too much in here. Yeah, my damn. Okay, maybe this is. Okay, how do I get this to play then? Yeah, I think this is it. I think I found it. Getting close to this. Oh, damn it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If you never knew, you never will. Like, yeah, like,
Anyway, so like I said, they up there patting phone calls, passing them off, trying to sway people. Y'all be careful, man. A lot of the stuff that's going on is not what it is. But I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man. If y'all want to call in, y'all can call in for a little bit. There you go. 470-278-8301. Call in. I want to know what y'all think about. Because make it make sense. BOP Officer A is always entangled with.
Ever pull up on me? You understand? Pull up the countless press conferences that I've had, where I went after drug dealers and drug organizations, where I have partnerships with the FBI, the ATF, the DEA. You understand? Yeah. Homeland Security. So that's what I'm talking about. He trying to call me some fly by night dude. No, I wasn't no fly by night dude. I was there for over 3 years, and I served in that department for over 20 years. So I'm not no fly by night dude.
I ain't have to help now more, you rotten asshole. Bitch, my mama ain't got a bunch of kids that died. I ain't have to help now more, you rotten asshole. Bitch.
I'm just saying. I just try to figure out, like, you ain't never seen no shit like this until now. Rob stuff ain't never been disseminated until that janky ass PI came on board. And if you notice, that's all he wanted to do. That's all he wanted to do is get me out the way. Why y'all need me out the way? What is so great about DanaJay that all of y'all are scared? I don't know, man. Y'all call in 470-278-8301. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. But only thing I can say is, man, these folks are crazy. Crazy. Like, whew. I mean, next level crazy. I mean, next level crazy. I mean, ultra next level crazy. And it's cool. Wow. Who that? Right, that's true. Oh, I'm looking at something, see what y'all call. Well, look, ain't nobody calling in, so G-Joy, make that make sense. Why would Rkelly sing "Haven't I Need a Hug" to another man? I be telling y'all, just think. Just think. Just think. Just think. I'm just saying, man, look. And for y'all out there, man, listen. Don't let these people lie to y'all. If y'all want to know anything that I'm doing, hit me up. Because I see what they doing. And I would hate for y'all to get in the railway. I see what they doing. They trying to bring people so that way it can be an add-on. Thinking that I'm not going to really go ape shit, morphin mode, Goku, Go Trunks. Think I'm not going to really take it to that next level. But the PI, Porky, needs to be done with. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I believe in doing things fair and being right. Now, I have my theory. I'm not going to say nothing. But I'm going to be honest with you. At some time, you got to take control of your actions. So with that being said, be careful who you intertwine with. And for the young lady that called me that I had a conversation with, I need you to call me back. I lost your number. The one that called me that live in Georgia about what's going on in another case, call me. I think I'm going to take you up on that offer to go do that case. But I'm just saying, Judah, you're absolutely right. This is serious government. You know what I mean? Yet he played the game to get me on his platform anyway. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And we all live and learn. You know what I mean? We all live and learn. But there you have it. I don't believe BOP Officer A has ever been in Wisconsin. And they got to conceal that. And also, Sharon Monet is a big follower of Tasha K too. Just got to let you know that. I ain't going to tell you how I know. I'm going to just say this. Sometimes storms come in great packages. Big, small. They come in hurricanes. They come in tsunamis. But storms come in great packages. And the only thing I say is it's not good to cross people because somebody got your truth sitting in that sack. On that note, I'm going to say this. While y'all out there jumping, trying to have me arrested, make sure I did something. Make sure that I'm really injuring somebody or somebody got injured. You know what I mean? Because them courts got a way of turning shit around. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's why I stay on the path that I'm on. I mind my business. I leave people alone. But when I'm attacked, I'm going to take it all the way through. And I'm going to put it out there. Anyway, if you want that DanaJay season, holler at me. Holler at me. If you want that DanaJay season, holler at me. Let me know which one you want, and I'll make it to your order. I'll make it to your liking and whatever you want. On that note, God is good. God is great. Sharon Monet is BOP Officer A. I'm out.
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
I don't like to waste time on stupid conversation. There's no profit in that. So if I'm around people that are always complaining with no solutions, then I'm wasting real estate in my brain for what I need to project. And what I project in my brain is what I project in my reality. So that real estate only has to be for evolution, things that are going to help me get where I got to go. You understand? Help me evolve. So if my conversation with you makes me stagnate, we don't have too much conversation either. I don't have no time for no stupid ass conversation.
Are stronger than what you have been through. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk about you. Their opinions are not facts. I need you to keep applying pressure, stay committed to yourself, and keep being authentic, no matter what they say or do. Don't you dare doubt your value. Don't you dare doubt your worth. Keep shining like you do. And stay locked in with God. God do not create a lock without his key. And God do not create a problem without a solution. Listen to me. You are stronger than what you have been through.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask this question. I see what y'all saying now, right? So if nobody want to call in, right, then what's the point about talking about or extending it? I don't want to, you know what I mean, but I don't want y'all to be bored. So I definitely don't want y'all to be bored. So I definitely can keep going. But I just didn't want y'all to be bored. So what I'll do is, since y'all want to keep going, I do it like this. Hold on. Rkelly had oral arguments today, early oral arguments, right? And we gonna talk about it. But before we talk about it, we gotta listen to it, see what the hell happened. Check it out. Let's go.
The Honorable Judges for the United States Court of Appeals in and for the 7th Judicial Circuit. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having business before this honorable court are admonished to draw near and give their attention, as the court is now sitting. God save the United States and this honorable court.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Our first case for argument this morning is United States against Kelly. Ms. Bungie.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honors. May it please the court, my name is Jennifer Bonjean and I represent Robert Kelly. I am going to work backwards this morning and start by addressing the sentencing issue, but happy to field questions about any of the issues before the court. Mr. Kelly was indicted in a 13-count indictment. He was convicted of 6 counts. He was acquitted of 7 of those counts, including obstruction of justice based on a 2008 state court prosecution, conspiracy to receive child pornography, and then the receipt counts. Mr. Kelly was sentenced to a 240-month sentence, which was the statutory maximum, and a sentence significantly above the guideline range. And the district court judge properly calculated the guidelines, but then gave just essentially a polite nod to them and decided, I think 20 years is the right sentence. And the district court's justification for the above guidelines range lacked sufficient factual basis, and that is our position. Generally speaking, he relied on acquitted conduct, and he relied on the guidelines today would punish this more severely. Therefore, we should give him an above guidelines range. Now, I want to first start with the acquitted conduct. If you look at the district court's comments, he both imprecisely and inaccurately stated that the evidence presented at Kelly's trial essentially showed that he engaged in some type of obstructive behavior.
Ms. Bonjean, do we know, though, that the district court actually relied on that? Because the district court said, I could find by a preponderance that he obstructed justice.
And
there,
yes,
there was no specific finding that he did.
Yes, and that's an excellent point, Your Honor. Our position is the judge was imprecise. He vaguely referenced, I could do this. It could be based on this.
But you want us to infer from that he actually did.
Well,
and what's the basis to do that given the judge's specific comments?
Well, I think what I would like the court to do is first find that his comments were too vague and ambiguous for us to find that what he relied on. And I think in our briefs we said it was both procedurally improper, and then we argued that even if you accept the government's position that there was this basis, the judge did make this finding. And you know, the comments were sort of a little bit of a stream of consciousness, if you will. And he said, I could do it. So our position, as our briefs I think set forth, is that it wasn't precise enough. He didn't identify the factual basis. But even if we looked at those factors, they would not provide a basis for an above guidelines range.
The district court sentencing seemed very grounded in the 3553 factors and his concern for the seriousness of this offense and your client's history and characteristics, which is exactly what courts must do, is look at the 3553 factors. How do you get around that?
Well, I think you still have to look at the guidelines range as a starting point. And I would remind the court that probation found that there was no basis to sentence him above the guidelines. And
but that's not determinative.
Of course.
The court has to look at 3553, which again, the court spent quite a bit of time on those factors, in particular, the seriousness of the offense, the need for deterrence here, protecting the public.
And those were all appropriate factors to look at. But when a court decides to go 72 months above a guidelines range, it still should identify factually specific aggravating factors that would justify it. Not simply say there was this acquitted conduct that I could find. And you know, again, our position is the government did not prove the acquitted conduct by a preponderance of the evidence. We know that because the jury acquitted him of the conspiracy to receive child pornography. So this wild goose chase that the judge is where maybe the government just didn't meet its burden, right? We can't assume that the jury would have not found it by the lower standard. But in this case, we can tell very clearly that they did not find that those tapes that were the subject of the wild goose chase were child pornography. If they had, they would have at least convicted Mr. Kelly of the conspiracy count. It's the same child pornography. They looked at the images on related to counts 2 and 3. They found it to be child pornography. And then they acquitted him of the conspiracy.
Ms. Bonjean, if we agree with you and send this back for resentencing, does your client realize he could end up worse off? Because the court did go above the guidelines, but very significantly, only 1 year is consecutive to the sentence that your client received in New York. So theoretically, if it's remanded for resentencing because of an error, and the court gives a guideline sentence, which is what you seem to be arguing the court should have given, that entire guideline sentence could be consecutive, or half of it, or more than a year, which would put your client in a worse position. So does your client realize that?
Yes, Judge. I do think that if the net result was a more significant sentence, it would be retaliatory for exercising his right to appeal. So I don't think the judge could, and I frankly don't think the judge would do that.
The judge certainly could. If it's sent back for resentencing, the judge could start over and look at everything. So to say it would be retaliatory, there's no grounds for that or no case law that would support giving a higher sentence or a sentence that would have a more significant consequence.
Well, I think the second point is a more I think a valid point to some degree, but I do think there's plenty of case law that says you can't punish someone for exercising their right to an appeal, right? So if the judge were to give a net greater sentence, our position would be that that was retributive.
I just want to make sure your client understands that if he wins on this particular point, he has risks that he might get a higher consecutive sentence.
Yes, Judge, and frankly, to be frank, kind of all depends on what happens in the Eastern District, because that's
Right, that's on appeal. I understand.
That's his life sentence right there, essentially. It's a 30-year sentence. So not to say this doesn't matter, but if that sentence sticks, he probably will die in prison. And that is the reality. So we have had these conversations if the court is asking that, and we understand that. We had those conversations before we even went to trial, frankly, and he understands all of that. I would argue, and just moving on to, again, the general proposition that the general proposition that modern guidelines can just provide a basis for giving an above guideline sentence does run afoul of the ex post facto clause, where the district court is not pointing to some specific aggravating factor. For example,
would we have to overrule Co to find for you, where we said it's okay to look to guideline amendments to justify a variance?
No, not at all. In fact, I think the court should rely on Co. It's okay to look at amendments. That's perfectly okay. You can look at an amendment. But that's not what happened here. So, for instance, if the applicable guidelines didn't take into account, this is not the case, but for instance, the age of the victim, and modern guidelines do take account the age of the victim, then it would be appropriate under Co to say, I'm going to rely on the age of the victim as a basis for going above the guidelines. But here what we have is sort of this general idea that modern guidelines are more harsh. We care more about child pornography now, and modern guidelines are more serious or punish the conduct more severely. This is just an end run around the ex post facto prohibition. So if the court could have gotten there, but there needed to be some precise basis, and neither the court, the government, or probation, really anyone, has identified a specific aggravating factor that was not addressed in the applicable guidelines. And that is the reason that this is just a Pew violation rather than a proper basis for going above the guidelines. I have about 1 minute left. I want to briefly touch on the statute of limitations issue, which I think the court is probably well versed in. But the point I want to make is that the government seems to think that so long as retroactive application doesn't violate the ex post facto clause, it's good, no problem.
And you're not arguing otherwise, correct?
I'm not arguing otherwise. What I am saying is that we still have to start with looking at what Congress intended. And that first starts with the language that's used by Congress in the statute itself, which is the best indicator of Congress's intent. And then you can also look at the legislative history. And our position is not only did the statute use language like would and shall, which we know is future type of language, but it contains no language about retroactivity. And in fact, there was language, a prior version of the bill did include language of retroactivity that was excised in the final bill. So I think we could see that Congress intended this to apply prospectively. I see that my time is up. I can address any further arguments on rebuttal. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williamson.
Good morning. May it please the court, Brian Williamson on behalf of the United States. The district court did not procedurally err and did not abuse its discretion with regards to the substantive reasonableness of defendant's 240-month above guidelines sentence. The district court started with defendant's proposed guidelines range and then went above those guidelines range upon a thorough explanation of the 3553A factors. As such, the primary basis for the above guideline sentence was the court's finding that the offense conduct was horrible, horrific, and deserving of very, very serious consequences for Mr. Kelly. I think the court has already picked up on that. defense counsel loses the forest for the trees a little bit in arguing that the above guideline sentence was based solely and exclusively on the obstructive conduct. And
is it your view, Mr. Williamson, that the court did rely on the obstruction of justice conduct in imposing sentence?
Your Honor, so I think it's important to clarify that the starting point was adopting defendant's guidelines range. But
then, is it a basis to vary?
I think it was a data point in justifying the above guideline sentence. It was not, neither were imposed specifically as a mechanical basis to vary above.
And can you distinguish for me between what you mean by a data point and a basis to vary?
Right, Your Honor.
Did the court consider it? It's hard to tell from the court's comment that it could consider, and I'm not sure there's any specific finding by a preponderance of the evidence as to why the obstruction of justice conduct occurred, or that the government did prove it by a preponderance of the evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. So, you know, the sentencing court found by a preponderance of evidence that obstructive conduct occurred. Now, whether that comprised a specific part of the above guideline sentence, or whether that was a further justification aligned with the seriousness of the offense conduct, the sentencing transcript does leave that a little bit ambiguous. But it's clear that on the offense conduct alone, the 3553A factors alone, and the seriousness of the conduct, the court could have arrived at the 240-month above guideline sentence by itself. So
just to pin this down with clarity, your position is that Judge Leinenweber made the findings necessary to consider the obstructive conduct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So as to the obstructive conduct, per this court's precedent, it is not in dispute that a district court may consider acquitted conduct as long as it is proven by a preponderance of the evidence. And that's exactly what the district court did here. Moreover, it's clear what the sentencing court was referring to. He noted a Keystone Cop kind of operation in which these tapes spread throughout the country, and Kelly's minions spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in effort trying to get them back. This is not just about the receipt of the tapes. This is about a broader sense of obstructive conduct. If you read the sentencing transcript in whole, it is quite clear that, as the government argued, there was a broader set of obstructive conduct that was in the court's mind when he made those comments. That included conversations that Kelly, the defendant, and his associates had with Jane's parents during the course of the investigation. The result of those comments, including Jane's family's non-participation in the grand jury and subsequent 2008 state trial, payments made to Jane's father during that time period, and others. The burden on the sentencing court to justify an above-guideline sentence is not high, and it was more than met here by the court's consideration of the 3553A factors. Moreover, it's also not in dispute that there was no ex post facto violation in the court's reference to the evolution of the sentencing guidelines on sex offenses. Defendant concedes as much in his papers. Your Honor, you mentioned the Coe case, and that's exactly on point here. It actually encourages reference to amendments to the guidelines without reading into the limitations that defense reads into it, that those should be used by later sentencing courts in considering whether their sentences meet what Congress was intending. So at end, the sentencing court based its 240-month above-guideline sentence primarily on defendant's horrific offense conduct, not in particular on either his obstruction of justice or the evolution of the guidelines. The sentence was thus procedurally and substantively sound. Turning to the statute of limitations question, defendant's indictment for sexual exploitation and inducement of children was timely brought. The statute of limitations period as to defendant's victims never expired.
Hold on. So y'all charging him. So pretty much he was acquitted of obstruction, but y'all give him the time for obstruction. You can't do that.
And at the time of the offense conduct, prosecutions were viable until the victims turned 25. But before Jane, Nia, or Pauline reached the age of 25, Congress in 2003 expanded the statute of limitations period to the life of the child. This was unambiguous. Section 3283 states that no statute of limitations that would otherwise preclude prosecution for an offense involving sexual exploitation of a child shall preclude such prosecution during the life of the child. This is a universal approach to changing the statute of limitations. It's forward-leaning and it's backward-leaning. There is and can be no ex post facto violation when an otherwise viable statute of limitations period, such as we have here, is expanded. Multiple courts of appeal agree on that front. And while this court has yet to have occasion to review that specific question with regards to that specific statute, 18 U.S.C. 3283, it has nonetheless agreed with the principle that no constitutional violation occurs in these circumstances. That's the United States v. Gibson case, relying on Supreme Court precedent in Stogner. The application of 18 U.S.C. 3283 should thus not be considered impermissibly retroactive. It is not reviving a previously moribund limitations period. Instead, it is explicitly precluding the application of prior limitations periods that were anything less than for the life of the child. The indictment in this case—
Are you saying that the land graph analysis doesn't matter given Gibson?
I wouldn't set aside—
Because it seems like it's a separate issue. The Gibson is the ex post facto argument, and defendant has conceded that's not what he's pursuing on appeal. Instead, he's arguing the statutory construction, that if you look at Congress's intent and look at the framework under land graph, that Congress's intent was not to make this retroactive, which is a separate issue.
Your Honor, I think the language of the statute speaks unambiguously, and we don't even have to get to what the underlying intent of Congress was. It's hard to read 3283 in a manner that doesn't apply both backwards and forwards. If we do apply land graph, it satisfies both the first step and the second step.
Right.
Defendant spent a lot of time in the brief focusing on the Tusi case and the statements that statute of limitations should be liberally interpreted in favor of repose in criminal cases in particular. Can you respond to that argument, please?
Yes, Your Honor, absolutely. So the Tusi case and its progeny, that's a fine statement of what Tusi stands for, but there's always a carve-out for when Congress explicitly provides for otherwise, and it's the government's position that that's exactly what 18 U.S.C. 3283 does.
What if we get to step 2 of land graph? How would Tusi impact that analysis?
So, in a sense, defense is asking for a kind of an exception that doesn't exist with that. Reading repose into the second step of Tusi, in defense's brief, they set out that this creates, there's a broader set of rights and obligations in that than are provided specifically in the second step of land graph. I wouldn't say we need to reach the second step of land graph because step 1 is satisfied given the unambiguous nature of the statute. And as to step 2, step 2, if there is no retroactivity problem, we're not even in step 2 of land graph. And I'm not sure they pointed to a case that says that the repose considerations in Tusi supersede the satisfaction of steps 1 and 2 of land graph. So if the court doesn't have any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Bonchain.
Thank you, Your Honors. Picking up where my colleague left off, our position, of course, is that it is not okay to just jump to the ex post facto problem. And we disagree on the language of the statute and what it suggests. We have express language from the bill version that demonstrates a desire to include a retroactivity provision that was then removed. Now, retroactivity doesn't mean an ex post facto violation. And retroactivity could be an ex post facto violation, but it doesn't mean an ex post facto violation. And so we are in this category where we acknowledge that the government that this was not, again, a situation where the statute of limitations has expired, but it was still retroactive. And there are still considerations that this court considered, and that the United States Supreme Court has said the starting place. And in Landgraf, the court says the default position is prospectivity. So we shouldn't start with the retroactivity unless otherwise. 2C says criminal statutes should be interpreted in favor of repose. So those general principles, those canons, need to be the starting point. And I think lower courts, to some degree, have gone wayward from that. I think the U.S. Supreme Court might get us back on track with that. And I know some.
But if the language is clear at step 1, that doesn't come into play.
Well, the language.
I understand you don't think it's clear.
Well, I think it's clear in the other direction, but
if it is not clear in the direction you want it to be, then we don't get into the 2C land.
Well, our position is that the legislative history. We also agree that you don't need to get to step 2, so we're in agreement on that. But and obviously we would acknowledge that some of these circuits have already sided with the government's position on this. The issue's in front of the Second Circuit presently, so
I don't think any circuit has sided with your position.
You're right. Yeah, that's correct. But perhaps there will be a split, at some point. But our position is that the U.S. Supreme Court would see this differently in light of those general principles, and that we need to start there. And I think the court is well equipped with the information that we've provided and the government's provided to make that decision. I want to get back to this obstructive conduct very quickly. I'm still unclear. I think the government is unclear. Everyone is unclear on how the court reached the above guidelines sentence. And I don't think it's sufficient to just say, well, he spent a lot of time talking or speaking about the 3553 factors, and therefore it's all justified. I think that's dangerous, and I think the court needed to be a little more precise with its factual basis. And notably, the government is focusing this court more on a different set of obstructive conduct, for which Mr. Kelly was also acquitted, that the district court didn't even mention. The government talks about the intimidating behavior, the hush money towards Jane Doe and her family, and in our reply brief, we honed in and demonstrated for the court that is not what the evidence showed. Jane Doe said nothing of the sort. She said there was no hush money. The mother unequivocally said there was no hush money to testify falsely in front of the grand jury. Nothing of the sort happened.
Okay,
they had their own
Queen.
reasons for wanting to not cooperate with the investigation, and it wasn't as a result of Mr. Kelly's conduct. Now, the government, interestingly, is focusing that court in that direction, but the district court didn't mention it at all. So the district court didn't rely. At no point did the district court say, I'm going to give him an above guidelines range because he engaged in obstructive conduct as it relates to his interactions with Jane Doe 1 or her family. He was more focused on really what was the receipt counts about this wild goose chase. And I want to end on the point that the evidence showed that those tapes that were the subject of the wild goose chase, which were pled and charged in the indictment, did not contain child pornography, contained old-fashioned pornography, if you will. It did not contain child pornography, and the government didn't prove it, which is why the jury came back as it did. And there is really no avenue for the court to find under this lower standard that it did. If it did, then it's unclear why the jury would ever have acquitted any of them on the conspiracy count. So our position is the district court judge got that wrong factually, if he relied on it at all, and that the sentencing justification was too nebulous and that we needed a more precise basis, because how else can Mr. Kelly defend that if he doesn't have a specific articulated basis? With that, I thank your honors.
Thank you. Our thanks to all counsel. The case is taken under advisement. Our next case this morning is United States against Dylan Ostrom.
Oh. It's over that quick? Ooh. It's hard to get a read on, man. You really can't. I don't know, because the appeals got two judges up there. So it's hard to get a read on. I don't know. The judge wasn't feeling a lot of what the government was trying to do, because what they did is they over prosecuted him. I'm dying to see what New York going to turn out to be. But that Chicago, that might get overturned, actually. That might get overturned. That judge did not seem like she was too happy. That might get overturned. Now, New York, I got to hear how that go. I got to hear like what's going on. But Chicago, knowing that Levin Weather purposely overcharged him, they might, yeah. And seeing Bon Jean, she did right. Once you start mentioning it in Supreme Court and you let them know that I'm not going to stop here. So they want to get it right and before it get to Supreme Court, because that's their jobs on the line. And the Supreme Court can definitely sanction underneath lower courts. And the appellate court, the district court are definitely under the Supreme Court. The only thing that's over the Supreme Court is the International Court of the World. That's the only thing that's over there. Oh, and the military tribunals. If you got to go to a military tribunal, 9 times out of 10, you're getting a death penalty. 9 times out of 10, you're getting a death penalty. And when the military tribunals give you that D penalty, you gone in 7 days. Within them 7 days, you gone. They don't tell you when they come to get you. They'll let you know. Be prepared from this day to this day. And it's always 7 days out. So Rkelly got a fighting chance in Chicago. Now, if Bon Jean come with the same smoke for New York, hey. Yeah, Willie, that military tribunal ain't no joke. I tell anybody, man, I go sit in 900,000 district court cases than to go to a military tribunal. It's mean, it's swift, it's hectic, and it's like you. If you ever seen the military tribunal, you'll know that it's crazy, because you can be executed the same day. I mean, like, you can go in, you get your sentence, turn around and go to the, it depends on how they want to do it. If you go to the gallows, it might be the same day. Matter of fact, if you go to the swingman chamber, it might be the same day. If you go to the firing squad, it might be the same day. You never know. But there's a lot. Racist. Who's racist, Judah? Judah like to pull that racist card. Who's racist, Judah? It's still run by the Illuminati. What's ran by the Illuminati? Georgia girl said, I pray things work for Rkelly. Oh, yeah. I pray they work for favor. The court system is ran by... No, it's not. And you got to know the difference, bro. The court system is ran by the elites. You got to know the difference between Illuminati and elites. And there's a thin line in between them two. But the military tribunals is ran by the white hats. Ain't no elites coming in there. That's the group of folks you don't want to deal with. Because the white hats don't care. And they're not all Caucasian folks. The white hats is a tribunal of 12. You got every color there. Every nationality. Just about. But all right, man, we got to continue praying for Rob, man. Y'all know how we got to do it. We got to stay positive. We got to keep it going. All right? Peace. Love every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all could have been anywhere in the building, but y'all chose to deal with DanaJay. Love every last one of y'all. See y'all tomorrow afternoon. Peace.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta be